Hi, Zaindi family. We are back with the topic blooming where you are. So, Linda, before the break, you were talking about Esther 4:14. What are the lessons that we can learn from Esther in the same topic as blooming where you are?
So I don't know if you've read about Esther, the whole book, for you to actually understand who Esther was. And you know, Esther was in a situation where without her intervention, her people were going to perish.
Yeah.
And therefore, Esther had to take some steps. She had to make some sacrifices. She had to do some fasting and preparing herself, because she knew she needed to speak to the king so that her people would be delivered. And so even us in our adversity situations and just looking to get to the places that we need to get to, we will sometimes be like Esther. If I can give an example of maybe my situation, what has been this year, I have found this year to be that year that I have done the most praying, because there are some things that I've wanted God to bring clarity on personally, and also just looking at this nation and wondering what is next, because everything seems to be going south, as you would say, you know.
It looks like that.
Yeah, but what's the confidence that I have, just like Esther had when she needed to see the king, is that if we go and see the king when we are prepared well, we will get our answers. I mean, there are things that are standard. God loves us. And so when we are going through adversity, it's not necessarily because maybe we are at wrong. It's sometimes to make us stronger, sometimes to make us better, sometimes to get things out of us. I know by now you know that I champion disability inclusion. And if I was to give how I got into that, if you asked me a few years ago, that was the last thing I was ever going to do. I mean, I thought I can't work with in my eyes at that point, persons with disability were vulnerable. And so through praying, I mean, as I was seeking God to find out who am I, what am I supposed to do and all, so an opportunity comes in the organization for us to look for projects to make the organization better. So the team that I was leading chose disability inclusion, and I get into it, and I start doing it. And I can assure you, it wasn't an easy ride, because I'm doing something that I have no clue, something that I'm not even confident about, but we have to make sure that we present something to the board. So I got myself to work and just looking at it, and I'm imagining when Esther took it upon herself to pray for the nation and to just focus so that the nation can get the deliverance that they needed. And she's told, who knows, you're here for such a time as this. That was my case. Who knows, you're here so that this project can come through. And so I take it up, and you know, when you're working with people, it's not always easy. People drop off. And at some point you're doing man solo, but you have put your hand on the plow, you can't, you know. And so just pushing it through. And you know, at the end, some of the things that I can say I've seen God do is bring people now who are persons with disability to work with us. If I had not taken that task, as much as it was looking like it was really trying me, I mean, this would not have happened. And it's been a lot of such situations where I am just standing in so that we can get to the other side, as I was telling you when we began. So even Esther, when she was fasting, when she was, you know, preparing to see it wasn't easy, but she knew that it's the only thing she needs to do so that the people can get the deliverance that she was looking for. And so learning from her persistence and just holding on to what you know to be true, and knowing that God will keep his side of the bargain. You just keep pushing. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So from what I hear, it's not said that when you're having this thing that you have to do blooming, when you're blooming, it's going to be a smooth ride.
No.
It's not a smooth. Usually, it's not a smooth ride.
No.
There's a lot of.
Perhaps that's why the bloom, because it's from one state to the next state.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, it's not all
rosy.
Beautiful.
Yeah. It's not all rosy.
It's some work that is just like the seed before, you know, just like the chick before it hatches, you know. And God teaches us a lot of lessons, and you know, at every stage there's always some pushing that we need to do. And I think perhaps I think at this point that's maybe what God is actually calling us to do, to push as a country, to push as a people, to hold on. I mean, to search until we get the answers, you know. Sometimes when you're in adversity, you can be selfish, but what I have learned, the best way to deal with an adversity is to look outside. Yes? If you're going through something that is tough, if you're going through a tough situation, move away from yourself.
Oh, yes.
Move away from yourself. I mean, I'm telling you, I think, because I think also being at a stage in life where I am transitioning, and I'm thinking, okay, so the next, I mean, you know, perimenopause, what? You're thinking, so the other side of life, how is it? This side has been, you know, so a lot of things happen with your body, a lot of things happen, you know, everything just looks like the world is turning against you.
That's true.
You have certain conditions within yourself, in your body, you know, you're sometimes hot, sometimes, you know, all these
like
things
now.
that are happening,
Like
so,
now.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, so there's been a lot that's been going on, and so I'm like, okay, in this stage where I need to transition to the other side and get there well.
Please.
And then, of course, life pressures of where you are now, you are supposed to be A, B, C, D, you are supposed to be doing A, B, C, D, and you're looking and you're thinking A, B, C, D is not exactly what I'm getting.
It's not ABCD.
I know. And I think it's the same situation we are feeling in the country. I mean, we are feeling by now we should have been. But I think we are just at that place where we are about to get to another phase. And so we just need to adapt and change.
That's
and
true.
adapt for the phase that is coming. And so for me, it's been that year that I've been like, Lord, okay, you have my attention. You have my attention, because it's been, that year. And then when I look across, I'm seeing so-and-so is going through the same thing. So-and-so is going through the, I'm like, okay, so did this thing come just like, you know, like almost like another pandemic situation. But like I have said, I have learned to hold on to God, and I have found him in his own little way, reminding me that I have you. No, reminding me that I have you. You know, he allows me to experience some things I would not have experienced. I tell you, because of just following at work, I've been to places I would never have been. I've sat in rooms I would never have sat in. I'm telling you, yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's nice.
Yeah. I mean, I have been very close to the president just because I picked this project. So really, to be very honest, sometimes in the adversity, we just need to hold on and to, bloom. So it's all that's been going on, but I know everybody's thinking, hey, this chick is having a time of her life. They do not know what's going on under the soil. Them, they are just seeing the shoots. And so,
Oh, nice. Nice. So, but what I keep hearing as you're talking, that in the situations that we are in, we always have to listen to the voice of God. I've heard you say that this is the year that you have prayed.
Oh, I have.
Yes. So it tells me that there's an answer in the situation that we are in. There's always an answer, and that answer is not from you, is not from the situation, but from God.
Absolutely.
So the
yes.
important thing is to listen to God's voice, to what He's telling you about the situation that you're in, so
Yeah.
that you can bloom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and if I could give another illustration from the Bible, where the Bible, this verse in Psalms 18:33, He makes my feet like hinds feet and sets me upon high places. And I remember when we were talking about this in service the other day, the illustration that God gave me was, you can imagine a female hind. She is expecting, she has to feed, and you know those mountains are quite steep.
Yes.
Because they live in the mountains. I don't know why, but yes. And yet her feet are strong enough to hold her baby, you know. And it's just shows you how much, when He says He makes your feet like hind feet, it means He makes your feet stable. Yeah, He makes your feet stable, so that you're able to withstand all adversity, just like that hind.
Wow.
And so even in adversity, you know, I'm imagining the hind, the baby, they usually carry twins. So she's carrying her twins, she's looking for the twigs, but that's how much God is looking out for us.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, so I think with that, we'll take another break and we'll come back.